What's up, guys? Today, we are going to be playing one of my favorites, which is obviously FrostPunk. I've noticed a lot of videos online, and I think we're going to play through just one of the regular scenarios, have some fun with it, and just kind of get through from beginning to end. I have a lot of people asking questions on how to do that, so I'll give you guys my best tips and hints as we're kind of going through, and we can get through one good playthrough with this, and that way you guys can have a better idea. Now, I'm by no means perfect at this game. I just play it a lot, and I really like it. So we're going to play through one full time and see how that goes. All right, new home. So this is just the basic storyline. There's a ton of DLCs. There's even some DLCs I haven't beat yet. I honestly play through the main storyline a lot. But it's one of my favorites. It's so fun. Fight the cold. All right, here we go. So, first things first, utilize your freaking time up here. Everybody just doesn't realize that that's an actual option for you, and that's super important. And in the beginning, the two most important things to grab right away is wood and coal. Steel, I usually get 5 people working on it. Don't know why I put full 15, but get 5 people working on steel, just in that way it's coming in, but then at the end, boom, you're set. So then, let's kind of play through. So the Book of Laws is super important as well. You want to make sure you're opening this as much as you can. And you just want to make sure you're up to date on it. So, and what I mean by that is you don't want the laws to go out. So I'm going to play the way that I usually play. Now, if you guys watch me on Twitch at all, I usually have the audience pick the challenge, like pick the laws for me, and I try to survive through that. It's so fun, but it's so hard. So usually I do child safe laws, mainly because it's like easy mode.
New law is signed.
And the reason why it's super awesome is because down here it's going to tell you how many homeless people you have, basically how many people you need to build homes for. Once those are built, that's the important thing. Your work time's almost up. And the nighttime gets rough because they're not doing anything. And then disease sets in. You want to crank that puppy up. The other thing to get a hold of, or ahead of, not a hold of, is medical treatments. Just because when people get sick, that's kind of the end, you know? People start dying, and then before you know it, they're done. So I usually build 2 medical treatments and keep one fully staffed with one with like 1 or 2 doctors in it. And then after that, I go completely hardcore on the tech side of things. So getting your tech going up is just super crazy. So I always build 2, have 4, and 5, and then right away I always start with the resources. And honestly, I go for hunter's gear first. It just makes it super easy. Food becomes a problem in the later days. So that law just came down. So what I always do at this point is I usually go for medical treatment right away. And radical treatment is great. It raises the discontent up, but it also raises hope up. And then also when people get severely sick, they get better faster. So it makes life a whole lot easier in that sense of things. So now that we got some food, everybody has houses. We're gonna build this. The nice thing about that is that we're actually going to pull 5 kids and have them work in the food house. So basically that says that, you know, we're missing people. So whenever scenarios like this pull up, it is actually best 100% for you to do what's best long term, not for then and there, unless you're in a tight situation right there. So I actually never give the kid a day off unless my hope is like super far down. because then they get angry at you. So, let's see, we got coal coming in. During the daytime, I usually crank off my generator when it's the below. I have it set to Fahrenheit because you can have it set to other metrics and everything like that if you wanted, but I have it set to Fahrenheit because I'm American and, you know, awesome like that, I guess. But whenever it's like the -4, which is the warmest it gets, I leave it there. As soon as that's done, I get the beacon. The reason for that is the beacon allows you to bring more people in. More people does give you some more problems, but it also opens up a lot more. So, really important. And the nice thing is the generator, once this goes down, then it's closed off, but when it's turned on, it's using everything. But when it's turned off, once that bar's going, it still counts as the generator still being on in a way. It still provides heat and everything like that. The other thing I do is overcrowding. Overcrowding it raises discontent, but it makes a hospital that can usually only hold 5 people hold 10. And it has its ups and downs, but if you do extra rations, that helps them heal faster, but it doesn't help you have to have food coming in just rapidly at that point. So, we're gonna do that. Especially because it's early game. So, and basically up top up here is your days. In this one, I can't remember the exact date. I think it's like 32 days that you need to survive. So, yeah. In the beginning here, just research is super important. Getting your people out into the world and gathering things is super important. And we got a good setup here now. And also, I know there's going to be some people that watch this that are going to be like, you're really bad at building, or like where you're putting stuff doesn't matter, or it does matter, but I just don't play that way. The way I play is very, I just like to put it in around the same areas, and then that way I can make sure that things are going well. So next up is faster gathering. And there's a reason for that once we get later in game, but also right now because we're gathering all these things. So it's important to watch. It's like that wood is gone now. So we have 15 people who can start working. And because that wood is gone, this one only has a little bit left. Coal only has a little bit left. Yeah, so that is off. So we're actually gonna pull all the people from here. And we're gonna put all the people on here and on here. And the reason for that is steel becomes super important for research. Building these generators is super important as well. If buildings get too cold, they stop working, which is just a pain in the butt late game. And it becomes a problem more late game, because at the beginning here, it's, it gets fairly cold, but the heat fluctuates a lot. So, you know what? While it's night here, before I forget, let's build the beacon. We're gonna build that right there. I usually make like this area here kind of my like industrial area, besides the stuff I have to put elsewhere. So this is like where I put all the hunters' huts and the food and everything like that. And then this area back here becomes the housing. So that's just kind of how I play, but you're welcome to play any way you want.
Brace yourselves. Cold is coming.
Once it cools down, I usually keep the heater on from there on. Just so then that way we're set. Once you kind of get further in the game, it gets a lot colder, but having just the generator on in general helps people not get sick, and helps people just actually work and be productive. You actually hit a point later in the game where it gets so cold that people don't work. So, but I have a way around that we're going to work through. So first things first is we are actually going to I always send them here because this is the Lost Expedition. It guarantees that I'm going to find survivors. There is set stuff you'd find throughout the game, but some of it is guaranteed. Other stuff is sometimes kind of random.
Move. Time to get to work.
So just kind of the way it goes. Now, it's super important that you pay attention to the travels as well, the expeditions that you send out, because those, that's gonna be your, like, total income of people for the longest time. Now, Hunter's Huts. This is where I differ from a lot of the people who have different strategies. I build a lot of these right away. Granted, I'm not gonna be able to use them all, which is okay. The reason why, though, is I have them, and once I get more people coming in, super important that we have these ready to go, because if they aren't, then it just gets so rough so fast, because food just starts flying out. No, we can't afford that. You want food? Okay, and corpse disposal site is really important. It's also important to pay attention to what you promise your people, because when you promise something and then you don't deliver on that, that's where your hope and discontent and everything like that raises and falls drastically. So close. Okay. So then we need the sawmill, which we're just short of the wood on. Got people working there. Yeah, so next is going to be the sawmill. And the sawmill is only temporary. I only usually get one. It's just to kind of get me started, so then that way my research can keep going up. Okay, so this is about to be done. Okay, I always just send them back. The reason why is if you escort them, that's guaranteed that everybody will survive if you escort them back. If you don't, there's a chance that some will get lost or die, but the chances of them getting lost or dying in that short time is so minimal. And also, the amount of people that go and stuff like that is just not enough to worry about. I know, it's harsh, but we've got to survive, people. This is winter. And we'll set up the... So these are nice. You can actually build these further away because they actually have insulation kind of right away, which makes them pretty nice. Eventually you get heaters and stuff like that, but that is what it is. Always want to make sure. The reason why is get a lot of resources from out here, and when you run out of resources or you get into a tight situation, they can really come in handy. Got laws coming up though. I usually go for soup rather than additives, because even though it just has a continuous discontent bump that it has, it just does such a really good job just making sure that you consistently have food. So alright, and how close is this? Oh, it's so close. Perfect timing, too. So we're going to build that up, get some wood coming, and then we're set. Obviously, the green area is where the amount of wood it's going to affect. just kind of pick a good place for it. I usually end up tearing mine down rather quickly though, so like once I get it up and going, and then once you get the wall drill, this is worthless. A lot of it is just kind of chilling out, maxing, relaxing, playing some b-ball outside of school. Something about amputations later. For now, steelworks. Okay, so now that we got more engineers, we're gonna fill those up. And I usually throw a steam hub right here, because when this is going, it makes life a whole lot easier to keep people warm. Now this is my favorite. The automatons are awesome. So you can dismantle it and get some things, but I always send it right back to the city. It's a free automaton. They cost so much to make. So I usually just get those suckers going right away. Perfect. And we will get more food coming in. We got kids that can work. Perfect. Well, house is built for everybody tomorrow. Once these are built, make sure to always change the times on these too. You click on the building, it'll tell you what time they're active. I always change these to those times, just so then that way it actually like helps out. And then you're not wasting resources all the time. We're gonna do for the triage, because it's gonna raise hope and everything, or lower hope and raise discontent a lot. Here's the beautiful thing, is now that we got that, this gets going, wood's being gathered.
Time to get to work.
We need enough to build 3 tents tonight. 1, 2, and a steelworks. Awesome. Now we're just kind of waiting on wood, which is fine. This is where you want to try to get here as soon as possible, I recommend, because the game changes up its mechanics slightly once you get there. Basically, Winter Home was like the main area for everybody. So they're trying to see what happened and what's going on. And if you get there, it gives you some more options, but also another challenge arises, and we'll go through that here in a minute because we're about to get it. Okay, we're gonna build our other tent here. Put our roads in.
Time to rest, folks. Work's out today.
And then as soon as that's available, we're gonna be able to research and get the coal mines going. The coal mines are awesome. So they are definitely needed. So Winter Home is just destroyed. So once this happens, you lose hope and discontent rises like crazy. So you have to raise it super quick. But you get some other laws and stuff like that that you can put into play, which is why I recommend doing the laws that I did, where mainly medical and then some food stuff was in there, because it just sets you up for success. But so this is the path. You get to choose order and discipline and faith and like the church. When either one's good. I usually go with a Faith if I'm looking for just a chill playthrough, just because I know it so well, but Order and Discipline works just as well. For this one, we'll go Faith, and we'll do... So, the reason why is because it just... There's other things you can do that really affect your gameplay really quickly, and you get those as you're building here. Okay, and then, so these guys right here, they've just got tons of stuff going right now. So I'm actually gonna pull them here and then bring them home. And there's a reason for that, just so we can get our stuff. So the Londoners, these are people who are planning on leaving or escaping or being bad, you know, they're just trying to get what they want. So, basically, you gotta stop them, because if you have anarchy going, you're not gonna have a good, fun civilization. Okay.
Move. Time to get to work.
Getting more wood coming in. And then we need to build another house of prayers to fulfill our promise. We'll put it right there. Ah, this baby right here is beautiful. So the automatons can work an entire building, and it's, at the beginning, it's like 70%. It's like having 7 people out of 10 working, which is great because it frees up 7 people pretty much, you know? But like right now, because we have this, we're going to put the automaton on here and free up these people. And that way they can focus on that, and we are going to... It'll get started working. The nice thing about the automatons too is they work night and day, so they get going and you don't have to do anything with it. So I recommend hitting these when you can. Even if you like don't need them right away, just start doing it. It helps raise the time. Now that we have this going though, we don't need this. We can actually just crank this baby off. And because the automaton's gonna work that for now, just save us more supplies later. But now we have more people, so we're gonna have them gathering coal in the daytimes. Alright, so we definitely need to get this going, because we need to get the coal mining going, because we're starting to lose coal quickly. Which happens. So in order to get this number down and get the best results, you want to watch the laws and also fulfill all promises that you have. So we found more survivors. Let's escort them to the city. When they get here, they're going to have tons of food and everything like that they found, which will be great.
Get going. Time to earn your bread.
That's right. Time to earn bread. Let's get this bread. Okay, so we got those puppies going. Perfect. And then we want coal mining. And then we got a bunch more people coming, so we're gonna build more tents. Just like so. Wood is usually my downfall, and I've you know, it's just one of those things. I know there's faster ways to get a hold of everything, but also definitely helps to go kind of focus on that early game.
A new law has passed. Workday ends. It's time off.
Okay, so he's going like crazy. We're about to get a ton of food in. Perfect, so we just got all those supplies. Now, we actually want to send people this way, and I'll show you why in just a moment. I usually build extra homes, but we're actually going to slow down on the tents a little bit for now because we're going to upgrade soon. And we got tons of wood flowing in now. Everybody has houses. There's no sick people. Well, there's a couple, but they're in treatment.
Move, people. There's plenty to do.
Perfect. We got the coal mines going. And we're gonna get the wall drill going. I usually build 2 of these right from the get-go, because these are a necessity, and they'll always be a necessity in this game. Okay, so we're gonna get people working on that, and then actually, we're gonna build the wall drill. And since we have enough, we'll build 2. We'll just go crazy with it here. And then we will pull this sucker down. You have to build roads to everything too. That's another thing that's just absolutely needed. And then after that, it's gonna start getting colder, so we're gonna do heaters, because it's gonna get cold for just 1 more day. And heaters make businesses, or not businesses, but like the cookhouse and stuff like that, able to run, and also able to kind of do their thing. But now that we have that, I'm actually going to pull the automaton off of here and get him on the coal mine. That way we just have a consistent fluctuation of coal coming in. Because if this goes out, the automaton recharges using the generator. So if that goes out, then you're actually screwed, because then the automaton stop working. So it's very important you keep the generators running. We're going to keep the kids on these, but we're going to pull the adults off and put the adults in here. We have another law to go through. Faith keepers are so important. You don't even know. I love these guys. So they're kind of like the enforcers of the laws. So you need to get these guys in as soon as possible, so then that way they can help, because there comes some tough situations. See, that cold is coming in. And we're gonna put some engineers on there. Yeah, every time we fulfill a promise, your discontent goes down and your hope goes up. So promises are super important, but every time you fail a promise, your discontent goes up and your hope goes down. So super important. Just dig in there. That's right, people. Yet again, I recommend they get in here and you do these when you can, because it just raises that hope and discontent, or lowers discontent, raises hope, and it's super important that you keep the people happy at this point in time. Okay, always keep an eye on your sick too, because once these start filling up, and they're going to as it gets colder, and if you're not able to get housing and heat up fast enough, then it's best for you to get some different stuff going. Okay, and then resources, we need resource depots. Oh, and you know what? We actually need steelworks. Can't believe I forgot the steelworks, people. What a fool I am. I even researched them. Should have had these built a while ago. floor. Take the resources and let's see. I believe it's that one. So people are starting to get sick faster now. And so we're actually gonna, while we're here, we're going to build a couple more medical zones because the people are gonna start flowing in a lot quicker now. And also, because we got everything going, as soon as we got the steel going, we're gonna build up a some more hubs and stuff like that for him. It's super important that you stay up on everything. You don't need to solve everything right away, but if you're thinking ahead, you get much better results much quicker. Okay, some more scouts. That's nice. Resources. Okay, so we just need steel right now, which is fine. We're gonna have plenty of people working on that. As we are gonna pull from here because we don't need this many people on food currently. I usually have like the kids just clean up all this stuff out here just because it makes life a whole lot easier for everybody. And then you can also build and stuff. So that's why I do that. But when you have the food, do stuff like that because your hope raises quite a bit when you do everything like that. They'll randomly be like, "Hey, we want to feed the people," and it'll be like, "You're gonna use all your food, so you know." But we're gonna escort those guys. We should have gone to the dreadnought, but that's okay. And the reason for that, actually, we need. Oh yeah, we need 5 people. There's a way that you can get some pretty good stuff going over there if you explore over there, but you also have a chance of losing some people, so you need to be careful and kind of weigh the cost out. But it's so good that I just absolutely do it every time because kind of what's needed. Okay, so now because we have so much coal, we're actually going to turn on the automaton on the steelworks. We need more. We need a ton more steel in order to do everything that we need. And it's gonna get colder, so we're gonna go with the bunkhouse here. We're gonna disperse the crowd. I don't care if people get hurt. Plenty of hospitals going. All right, so shrines are awesome because not only do they raise like hope in the area, they also make it to where wherever you are, or like the jobs in the area, actually work better. So they work faster and more efficiently. That's usually how I pace them out, but you can do it any way you want. We need to hope will rise. And then always check on those. You want to make sure that you do those when you can. First time I played this, by this time Londoners were going crazy. They were all over the place. The nice thing is too is that once it warms up here, so if you look up top, it'll tell you when it's planning on cooling and stuff like that. When it warms up, your discontent drops like crazy. We'll have one guy work over there.
Time to get to work.
All right, bunkhouses are awesome because they provide more warmth. They're just better all in all. They just cost a bit. So that's why you want to get people in the steelworks when you can. And we are going to 10 steel. This is the downfall, is that I usually run into the issue of not having enough wood or enough steel, which is okay. I mean, it happens. Public penance is great. Makes you can whip people, which I love, you know. So we're gonna send people this way. Now we got 2 search parties going, which is awesome. There's also some people that we need to... You want to pay attention, because usually you have to do that, and it'll be like, you know, basically make things right for, or heat every home, which is something you could do in the short term, but also in a couple days it's about to freeze again. So you can't do that forever, you know? Which makes it difficult, but it is what it is. Let's see, so 1, 2, 3, 4... Yeah, that's plenty. Perfect. Get the medical upgrade going. And don't freak out when you look down here. It'll tell you how many homes, but that's like if you kick people out of their homes for a minute while they're building, that's fine. You don't need to worry too much about that. We're gonna do the public penance, so we'll turn that heater off. They're fine. And then we're gonna do some prayers and stuff. Raise that hope and everything. Let's also build our... Oh gosh. Come on, automaton. Everybody has homes now. Now we're just upgrading the houses, which is super nice.
Work time. Get back to work.
Let's see, it's gonna cool off, so we definitely need this puppy there. A lot of people will upgrade the generator. I actually wait till the end to upgrade the generator because it takes so much resources to run, and honestly you can do the same thing with just some steam hubs. And that's just, maybe that's just my opinion. Maybe I don't have any solid proof against that, but that's how I play the game. All right, we need to upgrade this puppy though, because we actually need to get a factory going, because once that factory's going, we can make it an automaton world. And that's when things start getting super awesome. Okay, so they're gonna explore the Dreadnought. Now here's Tesla City. I could lose these guys here, but it'll lose all the resources and everything like that, which is okay, you know, it is what it is. Disperse the crowd, people may get hurt. Screw them, all right? Let the people get hurt. What happens when you talk in my city? Okay, that one's full. We have too much wood, which is okay. We're actually gonna go through. I always pick a random spot for these. They do require more than the average bear, but it's okay. You want to start these early too, because later in the game you have to kind of rely on what you stockpiled. So, helps out. This is where you whip them for fun. And I know we all enjoy that, all right? Don't you lie to me, guys. We know the truth. Okay, we got a bunch more kids. I can start gathering those items. Then you go here, you set it, and forget it. We're gonna do some research here soon that'll help the automatons be better as well. So it's just kind of one of those things. All right, so here it is. Risk entering the city. I always do this. Let's see. We entered the city as soon as our scouts entered the city, so we lost those guys. That's okay. But now we have this open. Because the reason why that's okay is because now that that's open, we can actually do some stuff with that here in a bit. So let's send these guys there. Houses of healing are awesome because of the fact that they act as like a hospital, and most people can work at them, which is awesome. They don't heal as well as other things do, but they definitely do help, so. All right, so the factory, we're gonna do this. Actually, we're gonna do outpost, then we'll do the factory. Then we're gonna focus on resources for a minute, because we need so many resources to do a lot of things. Raise that hope up. Higher the hope, lower the discontent, happier the people. See, this number's going down now, so every day the Londoners go down. And in the end, if that number's up, they actually end up like fighting, and they can take all the people with them, or they could hurt you bad. It's just a mess. Okay. That's some good stuff. We just need a lot more steel going right now. Okay, then factory. Then we go here. Back. Need that steel. About to get really cold here, so we're gonna focus. Let's see, don't let them. That's fine. Kind of particular about the roads in this area, just because once you build buildings there, it's kind of a mess. So, other places though I don't care as much. Alright, oh, and then this is another area that you could lose your people on. Sometimes there's a thing that pops up and you have to choose whether you're gonna let them, you know, die or not, which is fine, either way. Always give them a chance to repent, because then those numbers go down. People's hope rises. That's the dream, people. A high hope. And a high dream of love. Whatever that means.
Bundle up. It's getting colder. Move. Time to get to work.
Alright, explore. I always attack the bears. We may lose people. Attack the bears, people in the cave. Join them. Perfect. So our people actually live. So they're going to bring back some more people, which is great. These people over here. Oh, gosh. Send them to the city. Because we don't want them to get here too fast. Because we actually still need to upgrade a bunch of homes and stuff. Which is fine. We're getting there. May he depart in peace. Sometimes people get sad and they'll be angry at the world. Perfect. Factory. We're gonna put that puppy right there. Okay, and then that. Get some fewer people working there. We're about to have an influx of people. So...
Gather your tools. The shift is ending.
only need a couple more to upgrade them. I will not address this right now. So yet again, it's going to be this temperature for a while. And we don't have the best situation. Oh, you know what? We're actually going to have these people over here. We need that steel again. All right, we're gonna send these guys over here. Now the reason why is we're gonna get more cores, and cores are imperative to surviving. Especially with the kind of an automaton build is what I'm going after here. So the automatons are super nice because they'll start working and people can kind of go away, you know?
Listen, everyone. New law is signed.
Getting solo on those Londoners. Get those people working there.
Go to work.
Now, there's other laws you can do that I haven't done, which is like the emergency shifts and stuff like that. I honestly do those later most of the time. I just don't see a need to push that right away because discontent raises so fast with those. Okay, so now this is where they come in because you need steam cores to build them. And then you also need steel, like 100 steel, 100 wood, 50 coal. So those, they start going fast. So, which is why we're actually going to go to our resources now and start focusing on like the steel, because that's where we're super low in. And then after we do the steel, then we're going to work up to some different things from there. And we're going to do all those and those. See that? We're killing it, guys. Okay, people, bunkhouses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. So all of our houses are at least bunkhouses, no more tents. That'll help people from getting sick.
Work is over for today.
Build the outpost. Now every day I'm gonna get a new core, which is awesome because those cores, I need one per automaton, and then also a lot of the buildings that I'm going to be building is going to require another one. So that just makes life a whole lot easier for me. We're going to beat our people because why not? Okay. Get that night prayer going, slap a few people. They're going to be happy in the end. And that's how I am. I like slapping people for penance. So the Londoners is now gone. That is no longer a threat, which is nice because they can cause some major issues. All right. We're gonna load these up. Okay, I know we're full on resources, so we actually need to build some more resource depots. I know a lot of people are probably screaming at me because we're full on coal and wood and food, which is a really good situation to be in, but we're just so low on steel right now. But tomorrow we're going to be able to upgrade both of those steelworks, so that'll help out big time.
Go to work. Lord be with us as we labor today.
We're going to get those puppies going. And we need more steel, so we're just going to get those puppies going for now. Let's focus on coal for the moment, because food, or like wood and food are okay. Found a bunch of kids. Escort them back. We have plenty of houses for right now. We actually do need to upgrade those to homes soon, because we're about to get really cold here. But those just start taking crazy amounts of steel. But now we got steel rolling in.
Time to rest. Remember those who work overtime in your prayers.
There we go. We're gonna come over here. We're actually gonna do the emergency shift because we're getting to that point now.
Law has passed.
Emergency shift is nice, but it also does hurt your people because they work for 24 hours straight. So that can be pretty rough. Now people are gonna start coming in. I usually just start kind of building houses. Even though we don't need them all yet, I usually build just a couple, just have them ready. Okay, so we got those going. So now we just need so much steel.
A new workday starts in the name of God.
I usually just dismantle it. You can do that and make some stuff there, but I usually just dismantle that. I trust my people. That's the way to go about that. And then we are going to do an automaton on the way. Coal mining has been optimized, which is great stuff there, people. Need 50 steel coming up. Okay, so we have another automaton, which is going to be great, because we're actually going to put him right here. And now we got 2 steelworks that are upgraded that are going to have 2 automatons going full time. Dream is to get 4 more, I think. I think that's what we'll need total. But we're also going to do something else here. So at this point, I usually build quite a few of these. The reason being is that every research tower you have going with engineers in them, especially if you can max out a couple of them, they get going so crazy fast. So, this is the fun part. Everybody's welcome. So that means that we start gaining people like crazy, which is great, but also rough because we have to start building like crazy. And this is why I build the extra houses. Oh, that's gonna bug me. Oh, there's something there. Rough. Because now people are just going to start coming to us, which kind of sucks, because now they want stuff from us, you know? But it's okay, all right? The only problem is that we're actually going to build some more of these houses of healing. Ah, we need more steel. It's fine. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there.
A new workday starts in the name of God.
And we're going to put in 10 people there. Okay, explore. Talk to them. Now we're bringing more people back. Let's see. Okay, so we got those. We're gonna upgrade that, then we're gonna do houses next. Okay. See, now we're actually getting like crazy full on stuff, but this is just kind of where things kind of go a little haywire. Not gonna address that. Get mad at me if you want, okay? Organ transplants. Because we can, okay? I don't want my guts touching some dead guy either, but hey, it's worth it. Just gonna send them off because we have got to go places. Do things and stuff. Slap that puppy right there. Slap this puppy right there. And one right there, just for good measure. Everyone's welcome. The curse of being me, really. I do try to build to where we can save as many people, and there's a lot of people that come here at the end. The nice thing is we have plenty of jobs go around.
Go to work. Lord, be with us as we labor today.
All right, houses. Houses are the best because they just provide so much warmth, and we need it here coming up. More steel. Gosh, darn it. Carry on with it. Oh, yeah, he makes the automatons better, so. Okay, so houses are good. What do we need for that? 75? Okay, yeah, that's the one we need there. We're gonna make those automatons better. 60% that they're at right now. So it's like having, when there's like 10 people who can work this, like having 6 people work it, but it's 24 hours a day. So getting that upgraded will help out big time. That was a creepy laugh whoever just had. Perfect English, don't judge me. All right, All right, we're kind of in the end days now. So here's the rough part. Steel is always a problem. At least for me. I know there's other strategies that you can have that just like make it better, and also would have been better had I actually been like, you know, doing better work, but you know, that's just me being me at this point. Okay, oh, we'll crank that baby on. Also need to build hunters' huts, and lots of them. There's a reason for that. Because coming up, it's about to get super crazy cold. And when it gets crazy cold, you don't have a lot of time to do things. Luckily, we have the cores coming in. Oh, we just need it to be daytime.
A new workday starts in the name of God.
I usually just decommission that entirely. Click the wrong thing, but that's okay. We're doing pretty well here, and we are going to slow these down because we're gonna get a lot of these people going to gather food, because we're about to have another automaton, which is gonna be great. That means we're gonna be able to get the coals going right away. And then we need to build a ton of houses. We'll have the kids work anything. Why not? Because I'm a douche like that. That's who I am on the inside. Kind of douchey. Okay, let's see. Resources. We'll need crazy amounts there, but now we're actually going to be able to have an automaton on there, which is just going to do us wonders. All right, we're going to upgrade Steelworks again. That's what we're going to do right now. Or in a minute.
Those who work overtime in your prayers.
All right. We don't need it, but we're gonna do it anyway. We're just gonna have people working in the sawmill just to make sure we just have a consistent flow of wood flowing in. Wood flows. That's what matters here, okay?
Go to work. Lord, be with us as we
Okay.
labor today.
Now we are going to... Let's see. Now there's nothing much we can do. One. Perfect. So now we're gonna be able to have these going all times. Now I know we're full on coal right now, and it's not doing much for us, but there's actually a purpose behind that, and you'll see why coming up here in a little bit. Bring the sick. All right, now we're just gonna focus on the housing and advanced steelworks. Ah, look at that baby go.
Work is over for today. There's time for harvest and time for sleep.
Hey, get those puppies going. Okay, advanced steelworks. Get those built, because once those babies are built, equip them for the journey. Bring them on in. I'm already taking on the challenge. We got this. We're gonna go here. House redesign. That is perfection right there. House redesign is awesome because it makes the houses a lot cheaper. And that's kind of what I was waiting for here. We're also gonna go up here and go to this one here. The reason why is it takes away hope.
Hear me.
Now I only have discontent to worry about, which hope was already high. You know, we were doing a really good job managing that, but now because hope is not a thing, discontent will not fall because of that. So it makes life a lot easier for us just in case hope does drop. So now we don't have to worry about that anymore. And our discontent is getting a little high. So we're gonna do some stuff here to take care of that here. Okay. And then people, houses, right there. Now we got the execution platform. That just makes people happy to watch somebody die, I guess.
Bundle up. It's getting colder.
See, now it's starting to get rough because now I have a bunch of sick people and it's getting really chilly. So, there's some ways around this though. For one, finish your house redesign.
Work starts. All workers double your effort for our divine leader.
Okay, do your thing. Heating. Improved heaters. Those are awesome. Okay. Now we just need to build houses like a sumbitch. And there's some other stuff we're gonna do here in a moment. Okay, and we're going to advance heaters again.
Praise our inspired leader. You may retire for the night.
And we're just getting crazy amounts of coal. We're also gonna fix up the heater here in a little bit. See, the nice thing is about doing the automaton build like I have is that you just get crazy amounts of things going. Oh, we need to get food going here. All right, so let's build a cookhouse here. Now, once we get the other heaters going, that'll help out. We're also gonna need to put in a beautiful heater there. The other heaters are super close to being done. If you stagger these, it makes life a whole lot easier too.
Get to work.
But that's the reason why you want to watch that. Okay, now here comes the rough thing, because we're gonna do this, but we're also gonna go here because we have so many sick people. We're gonna triage it. That cures everybody, but it also means that a lot of people just died. But then we can go here. That puppy going. Faith keepers will calm them. We'll do fine, all right? Just cool down, okay? Okay, then people, houses. And that should be everybody. Once the houses are built, discontent's gonna drop a lot. We can also start focusing on heat after this. I honestly, you can look at the stereoscope lens and it tells you what's coming. I know what's coming, and so it's really hard for me to like push that through because I already like know what's gonna happen. Single house there missed, and then we should be good. Not gonna bend the rules for you, fool. Okay, soups. Get it going with the heaters, and we're going to make sure these have all the people working in them. Make an example out of them. See, it gets so cold that things just kind of start falling apart here. But now that the house insulation is done, that actually helps out life a lot. Get the medical places with more insulation coming in. Alright, we're running out of time for exploration because like all these areas out here cannot be explored anymore. So that's just the way it goes. But luckily we have plenty of supplies coming in. And we are going to build... Now you can build massive ones of these as well, if you plan ahead for it. They actually do a much better job at holding your resources. These are fine though. We just need to stockpile some stuff for the next little bit. Okay, so healthcare insulation. Just need... We're running low on wood. That's different. We're still losing people. That's hilarious.
Your labor is done.
Okay, so then we're gonna do coal. Going to do steel. And we'll do another coal. Another coal. Food rations. And then we are going to pull one of these guys off here and put them on there. Once we get this baby going, just because we're about to hit a point of just craziness. It gets so cold so fast, there's not much you can do. And at that point, you're just stockpiling, you know? So that's what we're kind of trying to get ahead of right now. We're just gonna send these guys home because it's about to hit, so. Okay. build a temple.
Everyone.
Why not?
New law is signed.
Okay.
Work starts. All workers double your effort for our divine leader.
Okay, and let's go ahead and build one of these suckers. Okay, so we have good healthcare. We have like all of that stuff going. Why not? Let's get that going before we start really focusing. We're gonna do some other resource stuff coming up here in a minute. Got our new automation.
Our wise leader declares work done for today.
Got a decent amount of food stockpiled, but we're gonna need a lot more than that.
Work shift begins. May Lord preserve our great leader.
Force him to work. I don't care about hope. Okay, so heating. Now is when we start focusing on the generator and just working on getting that puppy up. Okay, so now that we have this, we're gonna do cooked food, cooked food, cooked food, raw food, raw food, whole, whole, whole. And then we'll save that for whatever. Efficiency is super important. 'Cause now we're gonna start using coal a little faster than what we would usually use it, because our generator's gonna get stronger.
Our inspired leader, you may retire for the night.
But luckily, we got 2 automatons on there. We're just doing some good work here, guys. The laws we're okay on right now. If discontent gets high, we'll get the fighting arena going. That always helps out. We're gonna do one more resource after this.
Bundle up. It's getting colder.
No. Guys, shut up, okay? Just deal with it. There. Discontent will go down that way.
Get to work. Praise our glorious
So now,
leader
we'll go ahead and
who
build
gave
another
us
one. Okay, resources. Okay, so let's see. That has an automaton. That has an automaton. So we're gonna get that one going. But we pretty much have a fully automated city now, other than the food and stuff like that,
Praise our inspired leader. You may retire for
which
the
is
night.
awesome because that means that we're gonna be able to get some other stuff going. And then getting these upgraded again are just gonna be crazy good. That means we're just gonna be getting coal, like awesomeness. And then once we upgrade this thing again, too, it means that we get coal at a faster rate. And then we're just gonna focus on heating. And then once heating is good, we're gonna be in the eye of the storm. If you look up here, temperatures drop daily at that point. So, and they drop a lot too. It's not just like a little bit here and there. So we are going to get a little kooky here. Because why not, right?
Work starts. All workers double your effort for our divine leader.
Okay. Come on, get your stuff done. All right, let's do this. Get our automatons better.
Your labor is done.
Now we're just kind of chilling out waiting. Especially because once we get the automatons better, we're going to be gathering resources much faster. But now the storm has started, which means that we're kind of just in the thick of it, you know?
Get to work. Praise our glorious leader with your
But
labors.
that's okay, because now we got that. Automatons are doing great. We're going to go ahead and do the range. Okay, we will do that there. You want to keep your eye on a lot of this stuff because during this time, like, we're good on food. Now, unfortunately, we're not going to be getting any food for a while. Like, I think you have to get through like 5 days of this, which is rough. But once the food is done, like, you're good. Like, you're out of food at this point because your hunters can't go out anymore. So whatever food you have going into this is what you get, and fortunately for us, we have a good amount. So
Brace yourselves.
now we're even colder. You always send volunteers. Never not. Don't do that. Like, it's dangerous if you don't. Okay, so we got that puppy going. Go ahead and do that one there. The Overdrive is actually something that I do recommend too. It just makes life really amazing, but it's not a needed thing. Definitely super nice if you get the time for it. Send more volunteers. And we're still gathering coal faster than what we're actually using it. That's awesome. That's the dream right there. Eventually it gets so cold though that people just stop going to work. So you want to try to get this stuff done within the first, like, before it gets too crazy. Yeah, the mines are still operational, which is what we needed. Generator range. And now it's just, we're doing good work around here. We're getting the shit done. Okay, and then we will do efficiency because we're starting to use coal faster than what we're making it. Which is okay. I mean, that happens. Luckily, we stockpiled a decent amount. Luckily, our sick people are doing pretty good. I mean, they're going up, but, like, luckily we're able to do some stuff with that. go to our church and do those things. We're gonna do that because that's just gonna make life a whole lot easier. Because that, whenever you execute somebody, like somebody who's bad, it just makes life amazing for you. See, we only have to make it like another day and a half at this point. If you look on the map, it has a little sunshine there. We're killing it there. Do that. We'll make the steamers a little bit nicer. Let them stay home. You force people to work, they die faster. So if you let them stay home and hunker down, they don't get sick as fast. So, but because we put all that work into the medical stuff and we did everything like that, we're killing it. And then just for funsies, we'll upgrade the automatons again. That should even it out to where we're still getting more coal than we're using. Here's the execution, by the way. They steam them like a rotten vegetable of time. I respect it, really. It's a good call. Death by steaming like broccoli. But lowers discontent, makes people happy. Does some good work around here. Now we're still using coal like crazy fast. Now, if this happens and you start using coal like crazy fast, and you start getting to the point that you're getting a little worried about it, you can change the settings on the generator. Let's see. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is you can go right here. You can just turn it down to like level 3 or level 2. Right now, we'll turn it down to level 2 because, like I told you before, that bar is still active, so it's still showing that we're doing it. And that'll help us kind of gather more coal. Let them stay home. And we will turn this down to a 2. Disperse the crowd. We don't... You know what, guys? We'll be fine. We only need to make it another, like, 8 more hours. Disperse the crowd. Alright, we're starting to gain coal back at a faster rate now. Which I'll take. Luckily, it only gets cold for, like, super crazy cold here. For a couple hours. Not my best run. Usually I can finish with discontent being pretty low, but I kind of fell behind when I didn't build the steel mill first thing. So, but that's how you get through just a basic round of the basic game. I love this game. I play it all the time. For those of you who are interested, I play it quite often on Twitch. My channel and links and everything like that will be in the description below. But I play through it, and I love doing it with the chat because I have you guys vote what I should, like, what laws I should pass, and it makes it a challenge because you guys always pick the worst laws. And I think you know what you're doing, but I respect it, really. So, but as of this point, I think this is a really good place to stop this and everything like that. Thank you guys for joining while I was able to do this, and hope you guys enjoyed it. And let me know in the comments below what strategies you like to play. It's just awesome. It's a great game. If you haven't played it yet, definitely do that. So, y'all are awesome. Thank you so much, and remember, take their eggs for dominance.